Zara is called out by an indie artist, Tuesday Bassen, on Instagram because she claims that Zara has stolen her artwork. So she was first notified by her followers saying, hey, I just picked up this pin from Zara. It looks a lot like your artwork. So here are the comparisons. In fact, I have that heart pin, you guys. And I want to know, I want to know after the 5 words what I do about that. So we'll get to that. So she also wrote on her Instagram, Tuesday Bassen, she wrote, quote, I've been pretty quiet about this until now. Over the past year, Zara has been copying my artwork thanks to all that have tipped me off. I had my lawyer contact Zara and they literally said I have no base because I'm an indie artist and they're a major corporation and that not enough people even know about me for it to matter. I plan to further press charges, but even to have a lawyer get this letter has cost me $2,000 so far. Now, she also included what Zara wrote her. So Zara wrote this, their lawyers, quote, we reject your claims here for reasons similar to those already stated above. The lack of distinctiveness of your client's purported designs makes it very hard to see how a significant part of the population anywhere in the world would associate the signs with Tuesday Bassen. A fashion law blog, The Fashion Law, they have been very invested in the, what's that?
But from Bob Loblaw's law blog.
The Fashion Law blog, they have been very invested in this story, and they have already pointed out all the flaws in Zara's legal argument, and of course pointing out that it is not ethical. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
But those cheap clothes, though.
Zara,
Oh, God. A wolf in sheep's clothing. And now I'm super conflicted because I have been a Zara shopper and I no longer want to support Zara. And I actually have that red heart pin. What do I do with it? Do I... But what do I do with it?
Throw it off a bridge.
shove it up Zara's ass.
Well, I don't know what to do with it.
Take it back. Get your money back.
No, it came with like a bunch of other probably copied
Stolen
pins. So do I somehow, like, it just sucks. I wish I could...
Well, I mean, look, is this no? Is this horrible, right? I mean, especially because again, this is an artist, like this is her life's work, and not only did they steal it from her, they followed up with the most ridiculous. They're making a lot of money off of it, and they followed up with a very like almost. It was like they
dickish.
Kind of attacked her a little bit. And
they're
like, you're not big enough. We don't care.
Yeah.
Like what the f***? You can't do that. That's not.
I know.
Yeah, go.
But
sorry.
what I was gonna say is this the worst thing that Zara's done? I mean, come on, because their bottom line is like they're pumping out so much inventory that
it's not like a H&M.
They use, but it's a little bit higher quality, but they still have questionable business practices. Like
I'm learning that, and I that's why I don't want to support them
and
anymore.
they still use factories all around the world, and some of the things that you get from Zara are still made in factories that have looser labor regulations.
They will claim against that, but again, who's to say now? Now we have very little trust in anything that they say.
If I boycott Zara, where am I going to get my leather hoodies? Where am I going to get my leather shoulder patch hoodies?
Which are usually faux, which I've liked. I've liked that they were faux.
F*** Zara.
Zara,
Fuck
I
this
agree.
whole thing. It's insane.
It's
because
bullshit.
we did some research. The whole idea legally behind what they're trying to kind of say is, I mean, if it's a drawing of a diary in cartoon form, I mean, they look kind of like the Snapchat ones that you can throw on there. But the same wording, the same heart-shaped lollipop, you can't fucking do that.
And why wouldn't, Amir brought this up, why wouldn't they have a number of companies, a lot of alternative apparel companies, they will, in the action sports industry, they will commission different artists. And it gives them publicity and the artist gets paid and they have all these different programs for the artist. Why wouldn't they do that?
Because it's free?
Because they're
it's free to steal it?
They're shits and then they intimidate you, and that's what bothers me the most is this intimidation when they're like, we have a big voice. I mean, Zara, we have on Forbes, Zara is number 53. This is a huge company, 10.7 billion. And clearly, they don't care to give back. They don't care to help inspire other artists and be able to showcase artists and give them a platform and rightfully pay them. Instead, they say with intimidation, we got a big voice, you got no voice. Sorry.
Well, they're right, though, because they can't, I mean, this independent artist, even if it was a larger artist, how are you going to fight the super competent, massive legal team of a company that's the 53rd most profitable company in the world.
Valuable.
How are you, most valuable company in the world. How are you going to fight them by yourself?
Well, luckily with social media, we have a bigger voice now, and that's what's awesome
even
about
then,
this.
it's like you need a huge campaign on Indiegogo or some sort of Kickstarter.
I don't know. Now that Zara is getting a lot of heat for this.
Boycott.
Zara's going to have to say something.
Boycott. There's so many other stores in the mall just like this.
I know.
You go
Hot
there.
Topic,
yeah,
known
Angle.
to do this.
Angle is Zara. My girlfriend shops there. She follows stylish Asian girls into stores so she could buy the same clothes as them.
Smart.
Smart. It's
Yeah.
really
Maybe
smart.
you should start following stylish Asian girls in the stores.
No, when I do, they arrest me. Here's the deal. I think it's absolutely terrible, and it smacks of just this big company throwing its weight around and saying "F you." But she's not like a small artist. Yeah, sure, relative to the $10.7 billion that their brand is worth, she's very little. But this is like 100,000 people follow her, and that's a lot.
And
that's
they
a lot of
notice
people.
first. I love that.
And they notice, and they send her. And then IFL Science. I love science, by the way.
Yes, Brett knows.
On this show, for years, I've said this thing about how, it's a stupid joke. It's that the world is like part of an alien kid's science project.
Yep.
And it got like a C-. And look at this, I love science, brought to my attention by DJ Little Rimply, pointed that these guys, without attribution, they uploaded my joke just with a black background. Like, what the hell?
Like they came up with it.
Like they came up with it. It's
Bullshit.
like the fat Jewish. It's this idea that the world
Aggregators.
they're curators versus creators, and just attribute it to someone because your post wouldn't exist without that person's idea.
And how stoked would you have been if you got contacted by IFL Science? Is that
Yeah,
And they're
I
like
love them.
23 million followers or something
Wouldn't you have been
crazy
so
like that.
stoked if they were like, great joke from Brett Ehrlich? Cool.
Just like say it.
Just say
fucking
it.
Say it.
But
What
the problem-
more? But they don't want to because they sit there. It's that moment where you're like, I could attribute it to someone.
But no one will know. No one will
nobody
know.
will
But
know.
the problem is, someone like a fan of this show might have heard it from one of your many different times when you mentioned it, and then they said it to someone. Like information gets distributed in such a weird way nowadays that
no, because it's
very,
word for word. If it was like
yeah,
a
but
game of
it's-
telephone,
but he
and it
means
was a little
like-
document.
I'm just saying it's very difficult to figure out what the source material is. Like
gotcha.
how are they going to know it was Brett Ehrlich on Pop Trigger?
Okay,
We
that's
don't-
the other
because
side
we
of it.
need to tell them, but I reached out to them and
Didn't
didn't
you
say
say
shit.
F you or something?
I said dick brains or something. I called them butt farts or something really mature.
Okay.
Anyways, but that's the thing. I don't like that.
No.
That's the thing that as time passes and the internet gets internetier and people are native to that over other things, it's just this idea that it's out there. So
That's why Kat Von D got all upset with Jeffree Star, because allegedly Jeffree Star, they have this mutual artist, BJ from Brooklyn, design Jeffree Star's logo, and then that artist never got paid. And that's what really, of course, there's other racist things that Kat Von D alleges that Jeffree Star said with other incidents, but that's what Kat Von D was saying. Like, how dare you profit on this huge company and you're not paying the people that helped build the company? So again, give credit where credit's due, pay people for their work, and it's just that's what you do. That's being a good ethical human being. I don't understand how people can sleep at night without doing that.
boycott Zara.
Boycott Zara. I'm boycotting Zara, and I used to shop at Zara all the time.
I can't fit in any of their clothes, so I've been boycotting Zara since day one, son.
All right.
Make larger clothes.
All right, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.